left the stamina recharge rate slow. So now she travels slow, and she was running out of stamina in combat. And so she had a really hard time. When she did get caught in a dome, she had a really hard time fighting. So what we're trying to do now is give her just give her a little bit more in combat, so she's not a sitting duck inside of a mobile arena. Give her a little bit more viability there, and see if just trying to even it out. We're not trying to make her more powerful. We're just trying to make it so that you don't run out of gas.
Sure.
So much.
Especially if people are changing up their tactics because of changes and going, like, say, more Warp Blast, more Supernova.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have obviously less or no decoy in a build like that, which makes that stamina even more important, because
Right.
you rely on mobility, not
Exactly.
A cloak.
Yep. So overall, I think it's a good change. It's also a minor change, so I'm not too worried about it. I don't think we're gonna. There's no risk of wrecking the game or anything. I think it'll be fine. And for those players who like to play Wraith, I think they're going to be a little bit better off. This will incidentally enable her a little bit to, after she's been domed and after she's fought the hunters, that once the dome comes down, she'll get a little bit more distance on them before they start to close on her again.
Awesome. All right, here we go.
She was a stage 1,
Yep.
ready to evolve, and then they caught her in a dome. So now she's going to be forced to fight a little bit. She's going to try to. Stage 1 Wraith, I think, is the hardest to fight in a dome with.
Because of the size?
Just because she just doesn't have enough damage output.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hardest to fight as or with. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. When you're using her, is she just hiding in the bushes right
Yeah,
now?
until the sloth pushes her out.
The sloth is like, no. I can see where you are.
Yeah.
I have the world's creakiest chair right now. Do you know that?
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
It's the haunting effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to be spooky. Great job hiding so far, though. Except, of course, the wildlife, but the hunters so far haven't even really touched it.
Yeah, they're splitting up. So she might be able. The nice thing here right now, with them being as split up as that they are, is that she'll be able to dish out the damage. Oh, she's just going to go. I was going to say she had an opportunity there, I think, to dish out some damage without all 4 hunters putting the damage back on her. Right? Anytime I find a scenario where there's maybe 2 hunters by themselves and I've got armor, sometimes I'm able to incap somebody quickly and get out of there, and then that's a win for me. So I probably would have pressed on that a little bit.
Yeah, we've already seen some good re-engages with the monster play today. So making the hunters feel like they're now all of a sudden chasing you and have the upper hand, and then coming back in on them. I love seeing that, because you just, no matter how experienced the players are, they can always still get caught off guard by a good re-engage.
There's a good stealth pounce there. She got a little bit of.
Yeah, that's a good catch too, because that is the trapper. If you can get the trapper down, you can get out of this mobile arena very quickly. Oh, that's
Get it. There it is. Now get out.
And just barely a loss to health at all. So very, very good arenas for the Wraith right there.
Again, that her being sneaky and the hunters being willing to split up, it was what created the opportunity for her to. She stealth pounce, got enough damage to where she could finish him off with a warp blast and some melee. And I tell you what, anytime you get a strike on a hunter at stage 1, you gotta feel good about that. You're winning the war. She's having a hard time getting far enough away that she feels comfortable with the stage up. And they don't have Kyra or Sunny, so it's interesting that they're able to stay. It may just be this group of hunters, like you said. They're moving fast. Yeah,
they're so fast. Yeah, having a really hard time trying to figure out how to get around or away from these guys. And another dome.
Wow.
Three domes in
Three
stage
domes
one.
on
Yeah.
stage one. Oh, there's that just toxic grenade everywhere. And harpoon.
I have a question for the proximity of the toxic grenade now. It says flying monsters. Does that apply to Wraith when she's up in the air and Goliath when he's sleeping?
Yeah. So it applies to all monsters. It's gonna burst within 8 meters of a monster period.
Okay,
But
awesome.
I guess the why we said against airborne targets was we just that's the intent of
Right.
proximity. That's why we have proximity detonation is to. Otherwise, it's like too hard to hit Kraken with anything if you don't have. On grenades, especially grenades that travel slow and have arcs, it's so hard to hit Kraken with. So a little proximity radius,
Yeah.
and then solves that problem.
I was always trying to lead the Kraken and get him on the mobile arena and knock him on there, and then just have that cloud up there. But that's it's definitely tough to sustain.
So she did really good in the first 2 domes and got worked in that
In
third
this last
dome.
one, yeah.
Yeah, down to 3 bars of health. Maybe she can get far enough away this time. Oh, they've got a. I see what is Bucket's tracker. Bucket's doing a good job of keeping her trackered every time she domes. And
Yeah,
that's
with the
why
UAV.
That's why they're
Yeah.
cutting her off. Now she's getting some Val Trank in there as well, which isn't helping things.
Seems to be hitting those tranks really well.
I must say, just put everything in a level 3 Warp Blast at stage 1.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you feel like it could pay off, and then sometimes when you get in there and you realize, oh man, I've got nothing else to work
It
with.
pays off against some players, right? But
Yeah.
if the team's working well, I think you just don't. I don't think you ever have enough versatility with one ability to really work unless the hunters make mistakes.
Toxic grenade right on the evolution. Out of the arena though.
Oh, that's good.
That's so tough for them, and such a good win for her, considering she got caught in 3 at stage 1. For them to not get the one while she's here with no armor just after staging up is huge for her.
She spawned that decoy and then immediately warped, so the decoy immediately went away. Probably not the clearest ability design there.
So that's the way the decoy works now with all abilities, right?
Yeah, if you do anything besides move,
Yeah.
then you're going to lose the decoy. And the idea is the idea was that you wouldn't go far, right? If you spawn a decoy, the Wraith doesn't get to go far because before she could spawn a decoy, send it to the right, and then I could warp to the left while I was invisible,
Right.
and get so far away from the hunters. Don't again. She's got a little bit of armor. I guess she's maxed it out. That's all she's got, but a little bit of health.
Yeah, you're definitely seeing the 1-2 punch of the UAV and the trank gun. They're sort of working in tandem with each other, and when one is down, the other one is up and helping. So the tranks are helping him figure out where he needs to fly his UAV, and the UAV tracking is helping her know where to shoot her tranks. So it's just a constant 1-2 punch on the Wraith. No armor now.
No, but going for that trapper again so she can get out. Trapper's got 2 strikes. Everybody else is sitting pretty.
There was also previously a change with Warp Blast, right? So Warp Blast was also being used to create even more distance on top of what you were saying with the decoy one way, and then...
Yeah, so before if you put 3 points into Warp Blast, it meant that you had a huge range. And you traveled really quickly, so people were using Warp Blast to get out of domes.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, let's not do the range thing. Let's have a fixed range, and let's put the extra power into the radius. Right, so we gave up range and we increased radius on Word Blast to make level 3 a lot easier to land against a hunter.
Wow. Yeah, because at that point it was really being used more as a traversal mechanism than it seemed like it was being used as a combat mechanism. They missed another dome.
Yes, they did, and if they would have kept it up, she did a leap stealth pounce on the medic, and if they'd have left it up, she just slid in there on accident. Trying to finish off the trapper here, get her out for the count.
And that's it. 2 strikes on the trapper, trapper's out. Although for the hunters, that's not the greatest loss to have, especially because of the 2 dome misses before, and she fought pretty well in the first 2 domes, as we mentioned. So right now, this is definitely the hunter team that I want to have pursuing her, I think.
Bucket is really good against Wraith because of the sentry guns. They're gonna follow the target, no problem. So they do kind of constant damage whenever she's fighting the hunters.
Yeah, I would love to see some Bucket in some of these tournaments.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be there yet with this small change to sentry guns, but that's our goal, is to get to a point where all the nice stealth pounce, but it's the assault. Man, I hate that. That's the worst. You pull off a good stealth pounce and you realize that he pops his personal shield.
Yeah, there's normally a moment in there too where you think, oh, maybe he used it already, like fighting wildlife, or in our last encounter, I can't quite remember how many seconds it's been. Maybe he's not going to pop. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Almost had that medic to a sliver. There it is.
Kraken. So we're not going to get a chance to show Kraken today.
Oh yeah,
but we should discuss Kraken a little bit.
Yeah, we put a slower lightning strike travel speed on there. So if you notice, when you cast lightning strike, even no matter how fast you move the crosshair, the lightning strike travels at a given rate. So we just slowed that rate down a little bit to try to get... Lightning Strike is the #1 damage dealer for Kraken by a pretty large margin.
Right.
So we wanted to try to make that a little more dodgeable on the Hunter side. It's really hard to get out of. Make it a little more dodgeable. And again, I am not sure that this value is going to solve that problem, but it's definitely going to move us in the right direction. So we wanted just to slow it down a bit. This is a value that we had earlier on in development before we shipped. So it feels pretty comfortable moving back to 10 meters per second. It updates 10 meters instead of 11.5, so it's a difference of 1.5 meters per second travel speed. So we'll see. We'll start watching the telemetry and comparing before the micro patch and after the micro patch. Does lightning strike damage come down, and if it does, by how much? And we're just aiming to sort of get it in that sweet spot, while still we could kind of mechanically do it by just bringing the damage output down, but we feel like it's not enough. Sort of my skill versus your skill right now, because of the travel speed is so quick that it's pretty easy for me to keep it on a target even when they're dodging around. So what we want to do is try to make it a little bit more me versus you.
Awesome. And that goes back to what you were saying before, is damage is damage, and that's a little bit easier to see than some of these other parts of the skill.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always go in, and if you realize that the damage is still too high, go in and bring that damage down a little bit.
And they want us to update the to mention the voodoo skin the challenge. So does that start? That starts today already.
Yeah.
Start already?
Yeah, it's on and Kraken.
Okay.
Or on and Goliath, I should say.
Yeah. So it's such a fun challenge too. So this challenge, it starts today, goes through Sunday.
It's going to go through Sunday till about 12 a.m., technically Monday morning.
Okay.
So through Sunday night.
And it's all about hitting hunters in the face with rocks.
Yep.
And we want 1 million rocks to land on hunters' faces by the end of 1 million rocks. And if you can land 1 million rocks, if the community can do that, that's higher than what our normal is through telemetry. So that means people are going to have to actively go in there, choose Goliath this weekend, choose rock throw, even if you don't usually take it, try it out.
Even 1 point, right? Because it's not rock damage; it's successful rock throws.
Yeah, even if you lose the match, but you hit hunters in the face 3 times with 3 rocks, you just added 3 to the count. We're looking for 1 million, and then you get the voodoo skin.
Oh,
and
it looks so badass.
The voodoo skin is amazing. It's definitely, actually my personal favorite skin, where he's got these bones painted on his, on the outside, painted on his skin. It looks very, very cool.
I really like it because I love playing Goliath, but I am terrible at throwing rocks, and this is going to give me an opportunity to go in there and help the community, help us all earn this skin, and try and get better at the rock throw.
Yeah, I'll do it too. I'm not usually a rock throw guy. I'm usually leap attack, charge attack, flame breath for me. But
I feel the same way. But the people that throw those amazing rocks,
I know.
It makes me really jealous.
Some people get so good at it. Yeah. But definitely not me. We're
going to bring in the voodoo skin in here in just a second. Goliath voodoo.
Yeah, hopefully, are we going to play around with him? Because hopefully, because you can see you can see kind of the skull on his face, which is really cool. And then on the backside is where you see all the bones, backside of his arms and stuff. You see all the bones. It looks really cool.
All right, so it's going to be up to you guys and us as players of Evolve to go out there this weekend and rack up those rock throws.
Yeah, I don't think our telemetry can't tell when I'm in the game, so my rounds will also count.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go smash some faces.
Yeah, mine as well. And that said, tomorrow on Evolve Game Twitch channel, we'll be doing our live stream, and we will be featuring Goliath and just a monster feature show in general. And we will be using Goliath and using that rock throw, and while giving you some content to look at and chew on, we will be helping towards that goal as well. So it's a win-win.
Nice.
Yeah. Chloe's coming in.
Hello.
Hello.
I'll kick you out, Chris.
Okay.
Sorry, bud.
Aw.
I'm out.
We'll get more chairs. Okay.
We need a bigger camera so more people can fit in, right?
We need a bigger room.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, Chris.
See ya.
All right.
Sup?
Yeah.
All right, so thanks everybody for watching. We went over some cool patch stuff. Does anybody have like last minute questions before we go? We're gonna run away back to our real jobs.
Ask us your questions.
Yeah, we know we covered a lot of stuff today. Went over a lot of things. All of the updates are up on the forums. I think we've got the links to that in the chat. And you know, as always, follow us on Twitch at Turtlewatch Studios and Evolve Game. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and we'll keep you guys posted on everything. Yeah. Was there anything in here that you found particularly interesting for how you play and what you?
Yeah, a lot of things. I was mentioned it to Chris, and it's in regards to the behemoth roll damage and knockback.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually going to be a benefit to the behemoth, even though it's going to take away the roll spam heavy melee.
Right.
When I roll in now, I notice the hunters aren't getting knocked back as much. Which I think is actually going to help me as Behemoth, because as Behemoth, I've got the little arms and the little legs.
T-Rex style. You're like,
and I'm trying to get at these hunters that are like zipping around and getting range from me. And now they're going to be right in that hitbox. I like it.
Although you are pretty slick with the tongue grab, like like we played against you like weeks ago before it was out. Yeah, just.
No, there was no gutter there.
But like you'd throw that out, pull up a wall, and or you'd wait on the other side of the wall,
right?
And then when the wall went down, like throw that out there. I don't know.
It wants to do an update on the.
It's telling Jerry that he has
Yeah.
here. Yeah, there we go. There. Oh, how exciting!
Hey, Jess.
But
yeah.
Oh, so we have a question. Do solo matches count toward the rock throw challenge? I think it's complicated. Jess just was in here, so she's the one who understands it completely. Jess, what's the deal with the with qualifying for the skins in the rock throw challenge? So they have to be online playing with other people in order for their rock throws to count. I don't have my earwig in, so you're gonna have to.
Yeah, we're gonna get an answer for that question. Do solo matches count towards the rock throw challenge?
Jess is gonna be absolutely sure before we tell you something.
We're gonna go get an official answer.
Yeah. Why are skin challenges only Trapper and Goliath so far? Well, we've only done 2.
Yeah, we've just done the 2,
So-
and obviously, if we gave them all to you now, you'd have nothing to look forward to.
Yeah,
we definitely want to, keep you engaged in the game and able to earn some challenges. Plus, that would be a lot to manage if I had to focus on trying to.
You have to land
help
domes.
with a million
you
rocks.
have to hit the rocks.
Yeah.
You have to, I don't know,
It
light
can-
a bunch of stuff on fire as Kyra. Like, we've also got to come up with this stuff, right?
Yeah.
It has to be stuff we can track with telemetry.
Right.
It has to be stuff that encourages good gameplay. Like, we don't want to give you a challenge that's like something that is horrible and breaks the game and is no fun for anybody. Like, we want to make them fun. That's the whole point. So, you know,
we're definitely
gotta think
putting
this stuff up.
putting a lot of thought into what challenges we bring you guys and what the reward is, of course, as well. But other than that, as well. When you are doing this, it's going to allow you to focus on a certain specialty in the game and get better at something that you might not be good at, or that you might be really good at, and that you can really help contribute to the community with.
Exactly.
So either way, it's a win. I feel like, as I mentioned to Chris just a moment ago, I'm terrible with rock throws, and I'm really excited to go in there and start throwing rocks and missing them at first, and then getting better at them and starting to land them and help with the community.
Well, because I always tell like brand new Goliath players, take Charge and Flame Breath because they're pretty straightforward. Like Flame Breath, you just kind of spin around in circles, you're gonna hit something, right? Charge is like also for traversal, so it's multitasking. So I know a lot of people who aren't super comfortable with Monster, like myself. I don't take rock throw on Goliath at first because I'm bad. But there's nothing like landing a rock throw, especially when someone's in the air. Like that's one of the most satisfying moves for me when I'm playing Goliath is when you actually land one. So we're hoping people are going to have some epic moments. Also, we want to see them, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys have the ability to, record your gameplay and send us clips of your best rock throws, we would love that. We love seeing that stuff. Like, there's a really funny one of Brandon, and this he's in a dome, and I think it's the Trapper's the last person up, and he's, like, on the other side of the dome, and Brandon just, like, lobs this rock up in the air, and it comes down and kills the guy. Like, he sees it coming, and he just doesn't move. And it's amazing. Yeah. So, epic moments are always something that we're open to, whether it's for the challenge or just in general. So we got an answer. You just have to be online. You can be playing solo. So make sure you're online. You have your computer plugged into the internet. If you have a My2K account, that helps.
Yeah.
So, cool. And people want more Behemoth skins. Totally fair. We'll get on that.
I agree. Let's do it.
Yeah, I love the ones that we have so far. That Jade skin is really pretty, and it's like, oh, it's so pretty. Oh my god, Rolling Rock of Death.
Definitely the opposite of the voodoo skin, right? The voodoo skin is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, the voodoo skin is just legit scary. Yeah. I saw it the first time I saw it on Wraith, and I was just like, cool. Well, thanks, you guys. If you have more questions, feel free to tweet them at us, or, we'll be in the chat for a little bit longer, and then you can usually get us on the forums. You can tag us. I'm at Chloe. He's at DB_Sinclair. Is that right?
On the
Turtle Rock forums?
on the forums. That is correct.
I pay attention, man.
Yeah.
People,
well done.
people tag you because,
They
you
do.
know stuff.
In all sorts of things.
Yeah, well, sometimes when you'd rather they didn't. Anyway.
We love your tags.
Yay! All right, cool. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will see you. Dave will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, hang out with us tomorrow. We're going to be doing some Goliath, And rock throws.
Ooh.
Yeah, so as mentioned
it's
before, it's going to be a win-win for everybody.
It's
we're
a
gonna
how-to.
Yeah, we're going to be
right?
participating in the challenge with you guys and helping everybody get the skin.
Getting to the rock throw quota of 1 million rock throws. Wow, I bet most of our audience is too young to have seen that when it came out.
No, they got to know.
But yeah, so tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific time to see Dave with some epic rock throws. And otherwise, I will see you guys next week. Bye.